What did you share? What was, you worked a lot together, a lot of intimate scenes between you, and the relationship was really explored in the film. So what did you share most? Were you talking about acting? Were you doing scales and warming your voice together? What did you guys do the most? The thing you shared the most?
Do you want me to go or do you want to go?
Either way, our singing was completely separate. We weren't going la 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 la. We weren't doing that backstage for sure. But we got really personal sometimes. He was just, you know,
Well, you know, when women get together, they just can't shut up. So we in between the takes, and sometimes we were just had nothing to do. The thing I also like about being a woman and being around women is that there's endless things to talk about, even if it's nothing, you know, and even if you've talked about it before, it's, you know, it's just, you've got time on your hands and you get to know each other, which is really nice, you know, it's really amazing. And like with Kristen, we just were nasty to each other all the time and made each other laugh. And then we have that big, you know, fight scene in the parking lot. And in between, you know, saying terrible things, we were laughing and joking. And you know, it's nice to work with women. It's the first movie that I actually ever did that I had that experience. So it's just, that part is really fun. You know, it makes your job lighter. Plus there were all the girls. You know, there were so many girls, and so we would be talking all the time about one thing or another. Some guy, some dress, some, you know, it was pretty frivolous. We were pretty shallow.
And you mentioned the parking lot scene, Cher, which is an important scene. And I think you had just met, right, Kristen? So how was that experience? Or
we had one scene in passing in the club before, and I mean, my heart was beating so fast just out of anticipation, because I had already come in contact with Cher a couple times before at the table read, and I thought, okay, she's cool, she's down, and I mean, at the table read alone, I was kind of like, oh yeah, I remember. It may have been 7 years, but everybody remembers. Like, she has instincts that are unparalleled. Don't listen to this. She has instincts that are unparalleled. There's a reason she's won awards. There's a reason that we keep wanting more of her, because she's unbelievably talented. And I was nervous in the parking lot scene, but I think that I just kind of used it, because I was supposed to have nerves and be angry, and I just kind of took that ball of energy and, you know, threw it into the scene.
And what I kept thinking was, here's this little teeny thing, and we are toe to toe, and she is not giving any. And I thought, this is great. This little chick is so amazing, because it's hard to go toe to toe with me.
Yeah.
You know, and she was right there, and that was great to have this, you know, that kind of a thing. It's like punching. It's like boxing, only, you know, no gloves.
I was not going to blow it. I had a lot of caffeine.
Really?
I was not going to blow it.
I love
Girls and Yours. I think it's it has such a special place in my heart. And I kind of grew up on that show a little bit. And I think that as an actor, I mean, at least for me, my desire is to have a career with longevity that has a lot of different types of characters. That's kind of your goal, to not keep playing the same character all the time. When I read this script, I knew it was a good script and I liked it, and I had this wonderful meeting with Steven and was just as impressed with these girls, of the image boards he had in his office, but I don't know that I was completely convinced that I personally, Kristen, would be comfortable with a movie about burlesque, because I didn't understand it like he understood it, and I didn't understand his vision, and I was like a typical American who considered it ever so slightly degrading when girls, you know, got sexy. But I have done a complete 180 in what I've learned on this film. I feel like I've come into my own as a woman on this film, because I've embraced my own sexuality, which is a really cool feeling, I think. Yeah, right? But truthfully, like, I took a little convincing as well. I knew it was a great part, but I just didn't know if I could accomplish it, because I kind of always feel cute, and that's boring sometimes. So I just think it was a wonderful opportunity for me, and I'm so grateful that Stephen saw my career beforehand, which was not very sexy per se, and allowed me to participate in this film. Blisters. Blisters from the shoes was the worst.
And Jay and Christina, what is a tip that had to have one girl that wants to be a burlesque girl? Something that had to have.
That you have to
What's the burlesque
yes.
girl to have to make it?
I think you definitely want to have a confidence within yourself, for sure. Because to be out on a stage.
Fishnets and high heels.
Confidence,
And red lipstick.
Every girl has a burlesque girl.
Yeah, you just have to find it.
Hola, bueno, hasta aquí.
He loves
Bienvenidos a España.
a lot, oftentimes in your shows, sheer, transparent clothing, but he's sort of disappointed that you're so beautiful and this film you're so covered up. Did you miss your garments, or was this just the script?
No, you know what, she wasn't the glamorous one. The girls were the glamorous ones. And so to make the movie work, it had to be what it was. And one of the things it was that she was getting on, not able to necessarily, like in the first scene, you see her with Stanley and he goes to change her shoe and she goes, ow, ow. And he goes, what is it? Your foot? And she goes, my foot, my back, my shoulder, so.
She's a line that Cher wrote.
Well, but my job and the job that I loved in this film was watching all of these girls do that, that was what I enjoyed. I enjoyed being, I was like the setting, like in a ring, and the girls were the jewels.
Un poco de carne simplemente, Shed. Mi pregunta
Did
es
you
para
find, did you have
Cristina.
access? Could you purchase the wonderful dress you wore when you received the Oscar?
No.
No. And so, what's going to come of that dress? Will you ever donate it? What will happen to it? It's just a mystery.
That's one that I will keep forever because it was a highlight. It was one of the great highlights of my life. So, no, that dress is going nowhere.
It's going nowhere. Se va a quedar con ella el vestido. Pues muchas gracias. Nos encantaría seguir mucho tiempo más. Ahora que nos has escuchado.